Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Julianne. I'm a Canadian living abroad in Germany. I've been here for 4.5 years now, which sounds crazy. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my goals for 2024, which is very exciting. I can't help but feel a little bit sentimental about like the year change. I mean, yes, today's just another day, just as yesterday was just another day. I'm filming this on the 1st. I'm also hoping to upload it today as well. We'll see. And I just can't stop myself from setting a couple goals for the new year. This year, I do want to be a little bit more specific about my goals and make them measurable. What is the acronym for setting goals? SMART. SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable. I don't know what the R stands for, and then time. I think in general, I just want to make some very specific goals to set for myself. Easy, specific, that I know that I can achieve, and not just super vague goals where you don't really know if you've reached your goal or not, and you don't really know at what degree you've accomplished it. Also, I was inspired by another YouTuber called Shelby. She's an environmentalist and I love her videos so much. And when she talked about setting her goals, she made a theme word for the next year. And I am kind of copying her from last year, but very applicable to my life. My theme for this next year, I want to be community. That is one thing that, I mean, it's difficult for adults to make friends, and you can imagine how much more difficult it is when you're adult living in another country, not your own. So that's my goal this year. That's my overall theme for this year, is community. Since being in Germany, I have become a lot more of an introvert, strictly because of learning the language, not really having the confidence to speak to people in my second language, in German. And so this year I really want to push myself out of my comfort zone to approach people, to talk to people, and to try and build some friendships, and also establish the friendships that are currently brewing. So that's the overall theme for this year. So some of my goals are more fitness-based, some of my goals are like personal development, trying to live more sustainably in this next year. So let's get into the very detailed, specific goals that I have. So my first goal is to find a sport that I love and just do it a lot. So for me, I already know what that is, and that's rock climbing, which just so happens to also play into building community a little bit, because going to a boulder hall, there's lots of other people around. You can try and find some other people to talk to. We're really fortunate, and there's a really great boulder hall in our area. And just as we were like really getting into it, I broke my leg. And then I couldn't go rock climbing for quite some time. And it was actually just last week where I went for the first time again since breaking my leg. And this year I really want to obviously not injure myself again, but I want to go there and talk to people. But I just want to go there and do it more often because I love it. And I want to do the things that I love. So my second goal that I have for myself this year is to do a lot more cycling. I want to just go on joy rides and bike in Germany, just throughout, wherever. I also want to start cycling to school. We did move this fall, so I'm not living nearly as close to my school as I used to. Before, I would just walk to school. We're living in a different city now, and I would really like to challenge myself to bike to school, especially in the summertime. Like now it's winter, and then starting in February, I have like 4 months straight of practicum, and that's a ways away, so unfortunately I have to drive to get there. But after that, when I'm back at school after this next like round of practicum, I definitely want to bike to school because I think it'll be really fun. I like biking is fun. I like it. And it really does push me to get outdoors and get some fresh air. The next very specific goal that I have for myself, which ties into improving my sustainability, becoming more eco-friendly. So I have some rules for myself, or goals. So my first goal is I want to only buy 5 new items, a maximum of 5 new items throughout the year. That includes like clothing and shoes. I don't buy like accessories really, like I don't buy bags or like toques and gloves and stuff. I guess those are accessories. Those are things I usually just make myself because I'm also a knitter. And I'm not really counting that into this because that's a hobby that I find really, really beneficial to my mental health, and I will not disrupt that. But I really want to just slow down the clothes that I have coming into my closet. I don't do a lot of shopping, but when I do, I find that I buy a lot of clothes that I don't really need and I end up just not even wearing. And that also includes thrifted items, because when I'm thrifting, I feel like, oh, it's okay for me to buy as much as I want because it's less expensive usually. Sometimes it's more, and it's not as bad for the environment as buying new things. But the problem is that I'm still just buying things and wasting my money on stuff that I never wear. Like this last summer when I was in Canada, we went to Value Village, and you know, Value Village is this massive thrift store, and I was just so excited to have like a huge thrift store to go to because I haven't really found anything at that scale in Germany, at least not in my area. And it was just like so much that I ended up buying so many items, which some of them I haven't even worn yet, which it just ends up being a waste of money. So 2 of those items I already know what I'm going to buy because I need a new pair of sneakers. My old sneakers have like holes completely worn through. I also need a pair of jeans because chub rub, you know, if you know, you know, they just wear out in the middle. And I would also like a new swimsuit because we're going on holidays and I just would like a new swimsuit that's not falling apart. So that's that. I'm going to try and get all of those items secondhand because it's also saving me money then. But that kind of leaves me with like 2 items that I can buy for myself in the next year that are not currently planned, which is a bit of a stretch. We'll see if we make it. This does not include things that are given to me or things that I make myself, because I do make a lot of things. I am currently working on this beautiful tweed cardigan. So these kinds of things don't count because they are hobbies and garments at the same time. What goal are we on now? This is like the second sustainability goal that I have for myself, is to be Flexitarian, I think is the official term. Basically, I want to be vegetarian throughout the week and then maybe only have meat on the weekends, or like once a week. I think that is the future, if I'm gonna be really blunt and honest. I don't think that I don't think it's possible to just continue like having meat every day and that being normal. And having a little bit of wiggle room, like allowing myself to have meat like once a week, that honestly reduces your footprint so much. Because here's the thing, if I were to say I'm gonna be vegan, then I would get burnt out and I would probably end up spending more money than if I was vegetarian, because all of the vegan items are so much more expensive. I'm talking like vegan milks and cheeses and yogurts and that kind of thing, normal dairy items. And the thing is that when you're going from like an average diet, having meat regularly, maybe even not every day, but just having it more regularly, going from that to a vegetarian diet is already decreasing your footprint so much. And going then from like a vegetarian diet to a vegan diet, like yes, of course it's a smaller footprint, but if you're not really used to that, then it can be really difficult. And I think also, you know, I always see online like people from England or people from the States, there's like so many vegan options. And I think here in Germany, it's only just now starting to pick up. Like we really just have the basics and that's it. For the sustainability of this, for like my own sustainability of like maintaining this goal, I think saying I'm gonna try and be vegetarian is a lot more achievable. And the final goal that I have for myself for this year is on the end of personal development. And I'm still kind of undecided how to make this goal measurable or specific, but my goal is basically just to try and be happier this year and put my mental health in focus and not kind of put it in the background and work on other things instead. This year I definitely want to have my mental health in the foreground, and I think that kind of goes along with some of my other goals like building community. Like I already know that will help my mental health. I already know that biking to school or just like doing my sports is improving my mental health. So how can I make this as a measurable, specific goal? Okay, so I thought about it a little bit and I've decided that to make this a little bit more specific and measurable, I'm going to do one thing every single day that benefits my mental health. And it can be anything. And, you know, if that's having a bath, if that's lighting a candle, or going for a walk, or it could be literally anything. Just something that on that day feels good to do, I'm gonna do it. If I wanna go to a cafe, then I'm gonna go and sit in a cafe. If I don't know what to do, then maybe I'll try meditating. But I think that's something that is specific, but I think that's also quite achievable, you know, because I think that just stops me from being like a total slump some days and not taking care of myself and not doing anything for me. I think then I just need to do something for me every single day. And we'll see how far that goes, if I can make it the whole year. I think definitely the winter is the most important, because the cold, dark winter in Germany, although it's not really that cold right now, which is also very concerning, it's just dark. That's always been really hard for me since moving here. Last winter was really, really bad. I think just like the whole winter I was struggling, but I was also very distracted because last winter for my finals, I was like so busy and stressed about that. And then like directly after my exams, then I kind of fell into a bit of a depression. And I'm just trying to stop that from happening this year because it sucks. So that's all I have for today. I will try and get this video uploaded by the end of the day. If you're doing similar goals or resolutions, or if you guys have any other resolutions that are really interesting, definitely leave them down in the comments. I'm always curious to hear from you guys. And yeah, I wish you all a great start to the new year. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!